Hello, this is Todd Luck, and this is an unboxing and review for the Bullrider Megazord from Power Rangers Ninja Steel. This is the box it comes in, and it's got lots of nice images of the Bullrider Megazord from the show. On the back, as usual, it has, trying to angle it so the reflection doesn't the glare doesn't cover everything up, but it's got pictures of what the Bullrider Megazord can do and what it can combine with and all that good stuff. It's a really nice box, as is always the case with Power Rangers. It has some of my favorite packaging of any toy line. It's just always bright and attractive and really nice looking. And the thing about the Megazords, I haven't got one in a few years, but I do recall them being rather easy to get into. So let's go ahead and see what we can do here. And I think it's just as simple as that. I think all I had to do was cut out one thing of tape and open this flap and pull this out. Let me get all this out of the way. All right, and here is the Megazord in the plastic. Oh, okay. And let's see. Now he has this. This is just for show because they couldn't fit this in the box. They couldn't fit the Megazord with this on its chest in the box, so they put a paper simulation of it on here. And I'm going to slip that off if I can without damaging it too much. I'm going to try to slip it off, see what we can do here. Yep. All right, here we go. All right, and that's... Whoa. The plastic shell it's in will not stand on its own, but that's perfectly understandable and fine here. Let's pop this bad boy out. So here is the Megazord with all the things that come with it. Here is the bull's head. This goes on his chest, covering up part of it there, but there it is. And you plug that into his chest, and it fits rather securely. Yep, there you go. All right. And of course he comes with his gun, because what cowboy is complete without being able to, shoot a gun. All right, and he's got his gun, just fits securely in either hand. So now he can go shoot some monsters. There you go. Looks pretty cool. Whoop. Okay. All right, and here is his rider. This is a figure very similar to what we saw with the Robo Red Zord that came with the regular Megazord. It's joined at the legs, so it's not like a real figure, with four limbs that you can move and stuff. But it does have some articulation. It's got arms that go up and down, nothing in the elbows. It's just kind of stuck in this position, which is basically for him to grip as he's riding. His head does go up, which is also important when he's riding. There you go. He looks forward. He can fly. He's like Superman. Yeah. All right. And his legs are joined, but they do have articulation, so he can sit down. Let me put him in a better position here. So he can sit down and bend his legs and all that good stuff, which is important when he's riding. And he does plug into the back, but it's not necessary. I think he looks fine without plugging into the back. But actually, let me just do that for the heck of it. And before you plug him into the back, the instructions say to put this little piece on him. It's got a little star on it, a little gray, or I guess maybe it's meant to be silver, but it's really kind of just gray. Let's see. Piece, and they're armrests? I don't know. It looks kind of cool. He's like just sitting there chilling with his armrests, But anyway, so then you would go and you would plug them into the back, turn them around, and there are handles for him to hold back here, and gets a grip on the handles, and that's what kind of keeps him in there. And something like that is how he hangs on. As you can see, it doesn't make that big a deal, not that big of a difference, you know, looking at him from the front. Of course, you're probably not going to look at him from the back. Looking at articulation, there's nothing in the legs, just like most Megazords. His arms do come up like this. There is some articulation on the arms, but it's going the wrong way, so that's not really very useful for posing unless you want him to invent some new anatomically impossible ways to shoot, which admittedly kind of look cool, but so that's kind of it for articulation on the Megazord itself. And just to note, he does feel very sturdy. Everything's attached. You know, nothing feels like it's going to fall off or anything. And he's going to stand just fine on his own, which is pretty much a signature of Megazords. It's not really a figure I ever worry about falling over on its own. The only time it will fall over in my display is if something else hits it. Worth noting for parents and collectors alike that behind this blue background that's in the box, once you open it, the instructions are right behind the background, and you can just slide them out, and once you hold them the right side up, they come in very handy for trying to figure out, you know, what this thing does and what the proper transformations are. So to turn him into the four-wheeler, you're going to take him apart. So you're going to take off his head here. Ooh. All right, and of course the bull on the front of the Zord, and you're going to remove the rider. Get his little hands off the handles, and lastly, you are going to take this part off. His top part will come right off. And once you've disassembled that, you're ready to start the transformation. So the first thing you want to do is you want to flip up his feet. Those are going to become wheels. And then going to lay them down, and you are going to push the legs together. They join together, and his back side, the Megazord's back, is going to become the top of the four-wheeler. And you're going to push these in. You're going to snap them down, but they're really not going to stay, but it really doesn't matter for this transformation. So you're going to take this piece right here, and this was off of his chest. You're going to flip these around. So now that it looks like this, handlebars up, these little things that you're going to plug in pointing down, and you're going to take it and plug it into these little nubs. Going to flip that up a little bit. Pop, pop. Going to fit in very securely. You're going to make that, it'll go at an angle. You just push it down until it won't go down anymore. And then you're going to put the bull's head on that. And it's going to snap on just like before. And now you got your little buggy. And you're going to take his head, you're going to flip that down until it becomes a brown ninja star. And you're going to notice that there are these little tabs on each side of his head. So that's going to be used to snap it into the back, and this is going to become an exhaust port for his little four-wheeler here. And then you're going to take the Bullrider Megazord, and actually you need to have him looking forward there, so make him look up. And then you're going to plug him into the Zord here. He's got little handlebars to hold on to right here. So you're going to put him on these handlebars, and he's going to hold them. And you just get him situated like that. And one last touch is that the gun can become an exhaust port on the four-wheeler. And so you put it right like that, and now you have Bullrider Megazord in four-wheeler form, and it can ride. And if there's anyone who gets annoyed that these little side pieces don't snap in, you can always also fold them back. I think they look just as cool, even though it's not show accurate. You know, you can always customize this however you like. Let's see how well he rolls. And you can use the Ninja Steel Ranger action figures to ride the four-wheeler. They can't look up like the Bullrider can, so it's not going to look quite as nice. They'll be looking down while they're holding the handlebars, but you can still have them ride it. It's still an option if you want to display it that way. Bullrider is also compatible with the regular Megazord. You're going to take the top off, and then you're going to pull apart the legs. And the legs are going to become basically shoes for the Megazords, or for the Megazord. So a very important part of getting the shoes to work is to push in a little bit on the leg here and make sure that this is popped out just a little bit. And that's going to make sure that it actually lines up with the Megazord here, the holes on the bottom of the shoe of the feet for the Megazord. So now it'll actually fit. And so now that the Megazord has a really epic pair of shoes, it's time to work on the upper body. So you're going to take this back piece off the Bullrider, and you're actually going to put that onto the back of the Megazord, just like this. And this is going to be used to help support the weight that's going to go on the top of the Megazord. You're going to snap it in. There we go. You're going to take the arms and separate them from the upper body of the Bull Megazord. They're held on by Zord Builder pegs. And then you're going to flip out a giant fist. And this is actually going to go on the hand of the Megazord, so it'll have a giant fist. So that actually looks pretty cool. And let's do that again. And all right. And there's another fist. Now that the Megazord has ridiculously oversized fists, let's work on the top of him. So we're going to take this part of the Bullzord, the widest facing front, and we're going to snap it on. And you're going to want to move the arms up to the Bullrider peg that's now higher than the regular arm peg. One piece of advice, and the reason I cut right there, is because the arms are very securely on the regular Megazord. So one piece of advice would be to take them off before you even start, because I had to use such force. Everything I put on there just flew off. So I had to kind of reassemble him. So I'd suggest taking the arms off of the regular Megazord before you start, and then popping them on at this point. But anyway, so take this piece, and when you flip that down, ba-boom, look, it's a face. And that's going to be the face of your combined Megazord here. You're going to flip those up. You've got a little hole here for the peg to fit in. And okay, he is in. All right. Ba-boom. All right. The instructions say to add the Bullrider in the back just like you did for the regular Bullrider Megazord. And then you're going to take the head of the regular Megazord and you're going to snap him in. Let's see here. All right, and there we go. And then you're going to take the bull head and you're going to put him on top. You're going to turn him around and put him on top. All right, and you got to watch out for these legs. All right, so now he's got some cool horns. And then you're going to take the star from the Bullrider Megazord and pop him on top. And whoa, whoa, whoa. All right. And there you have it. He is complete. You just need to combine the weapons now. Combining the weapons is simple. You just pop the sword into the gun like that. Very easy. And you have a cool big sword thing here. And you're going to put that into his hand. And now he has a giant sword thing. And one other thing I'd like to point out is that the backdrop that you see in the box, you can actually take that out and you can actually use it for your own backdrop. You could take pictures of your Megazord with that in the background, which looks really cool, or you could prop it up against something and use that as a background for a display for your Megazords or other Power Ranger toys. It's just a really nice little added bonus. And I was able to get it back in the box, so that is an option for displaying it or selling it or storing it. So there you go. So overall, the Bullrider Megazord seems like a decent Megazord in both its Megazord and four-wheeler mode. It looks like you could display him or play with him just fine in both modes. It's only when you combine him with the Megazord that he becomes a little less stable. I can imagine him probably falling apart if kids play with him in that particular form, but otherwise he seems like a very good solid Megazord and well worth the purchase and a good one to add to your collection. Alright, until next time, like and subscribe for more videos, and may the power protect you.